trauma is not an excuse
No.
to hurt other people. And when you find yourself doing that, you need to go get help. And I've been in a place where I've had PTSD, and there have been times when I have lashed out against Michael and others. It is a common side effect, and
symptom.
I worked through that because it's not okay to just hurt other people because you're hurting. You need to work through it. It helps to have understanding for people who have trauma in their lives, and sometimes your grandparents have been through some pretty horrible things, and that impacts how they interact with the rest of the family. And it's still not okay what she's doing. Really not okay. Hi, we're Anxiety Specialists. I'm Becky.
And I'm Michael.
And today we're going to be reacting to Encanto. Let's get into it.
The best way for some of us to help is to step aside.
Oh my God.
The rest of the family do what
Stay out of the way,
do
because you're not
best.
perfect.
Okay?
Oh my gosh.
Peppa, you have a cloud.
I know, Mama, but now I can't find Antonio. What do you want from me?
Yeah. You have a cloud. It's like her power is just a reflection of her emotions.
Your emotions are showing.
Don't show your emotions. Must have perfect control of your emotions. She's like, what do you want from me? It's like perfection. What she wants is perfection, and you can't do that. So you're not measuring up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and this is the thing with what we're
going to
seeing.
discover this is the theme. This is the theme of the family Madrigal.
Is they're a magical family, but they're a family that has a real issue with perfectionism and with maintaining this image of the family having it all together even though things are falling apart.
And as perfectionism always has, the core of that is anxiety. So the grandmother there is anxious about losing that, because understandably it all came out of this really traumatic experience where they were all about to be slaughtered. And then the magic saves them, and so she wants the magic to be maintained, and so she thinks that she needs to keep everyone functioning perfectly and showing this perfect image for them to stay safe.
Yeah, and that's why she seems to be so hard on everyone to hold it all together.
My gift! I'm losing my gift!
What?
Mirabelle and I were having this little talk about me carrying too much, so I tried not to carry so much, but I realized it was putting me behind. And I knew I was gonna let everyone down, and I felt really bad, so I was grabbing all the donkeys. But then when I went to throw the donkeys in the barn, they were heavy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did you do?
What
Did you say to her?
Nothing. I don't...
Mirabelle,
Oh.
I have to go get the Guzmans for Isabella's engagement.
What
get in
did
the
you
way.
do? What did you say? Oh my gosh.
It's obviously going to be your fault.
Oh my gosh. My grandmother blames everything on Mirabelle. Like,
Well, she blames everything on everyone else, but yes, the original black sheep,
Bruno.
is Bruno,
Yeah.
and then the new one is
it's like once he's out of the picture, it's like I need someone to focus on that's ruining this. And Mirabelle seems to be, oh my gosh. But her older sister saying, I was talking to Mirabelle, and I was just like,
throw her under the bus.
under the bus, yeah, totally. But the pressure that the older sibling is under, yeah, well, her song is, yeah. Pressure, so much pressure to hold everything together and to be the strong one and to, carry the weight of the family.
And they portray that as like a physical strength, but it's also inferred that that's emotional strength as well.
Yeah, and that's too much pressure that she's supposed to hold it all together. Again, being perfectly strong, and there is the expectation. So we've got someone perfectly having to handle their emotions. Now we've got someone who has to be perfectly strong.
Not
And
showing any
then-
weakness.
On to the other sister.
Your life is so great. Wait! Fine, I apologize. Ugh, I wasn't trying to ruin your life. Ugh, some of us have bigger problems, you selfish, entitled princess.
Oh
Selfish.
my gosh.
I've been stuck being perfect my whole entire life, and literally the only thing you have ever done for me is mess things up.
Nothing is messed up. You can still marry that big dumb honk.
I never wanted to marry him. I was doing it for the family.
Crikey.
Oh my gosh. Isa, that is a very serious confession. Okay, get over here. Bring it in.
I must squeeze in my hug.
I must get that hug. It's going to fix this. This is a moment. I can get that hug in. But her being like, I never wanted to be perfect. You know, I'm being perfect for the family. Like, she's the very clear example of perfection being the expectation on her.
Yes.
Right.
And she's like, for all intents and purposes, pulling it off. But that can be quite the cage.
Oh man. So I, growing up, had quite a lot of people who thought I was perfect. I'm not perfect. I just want to say that. I'm not perfect.
Wait, what?
10 years, almost 10 years of marriage, and this is a surprise to you. But
It's quite the confession.
yeah. But then I had these people being angry at me because I was this perfect person. And it's like, I'm not perfect. But yeah, you can get a lot of people angry at you when you seem to be having it all together. And
Well, it then shows them up in their imperfection.
yeah.
And then they get, I mean, she gets lots of positive reinforcement from the grandmother and other
Yeah.
people. And so other people can be jealous of that.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I did find that when I was maintaining this perfect image of the perfect daughter and granddaughter and all that sort of thing, I get a lot of praise from teachers, parents, and grandparents.
What was on your report card?
Lots of very nice things. I really liked sitting down with my parents. You too, though. It's not just me.
Mine was always diligent. Oh, wait, diligent. You go through it, it's like, okay, diligent. Okay. Could they not think of another word? Okay.
But peers, cousins, other people in my life.
Apples as well as pears?
Peers.
Oh.
Were not as fond of that. But that's all been kind of pushed out of the side with my severe mental breakdown. Yes!
Like cactuses.
Well, yeah, and beautiful
Cacti.
things have come out of that. But yeah, I've been very publicly messy. And I don't have people accusing me of being perfect anymore.
At least you didn't break anyone's nose by punching them with a flower.
That was funny. All right.
Please, just Isabella wasn't happy, and
Of course she isn't happy. You ruined her proposal.
No, she needed me to ruin her proposal, and then we did all this, and the
Grandmother's not
candles were
listening.
brighter, and the cracks.
Mirabel.
That's why I'm in the vision. I'm saving the miracle.
You have to stop, Mirabel. The crack started with you.
Oh my gosh.
Bruno left because of you.
No.
Luisa's losing her powers. Isabella's out of control because of you. I don't know why
You're
you
the
weren't
threat, and
given
I'm
a
going to
gift,
attack
but
you.
it is not an excuse for you to hurt this family.
Oh my gosh. She's so blind.
Look at the cracks forming after that.
I will never be good enough for you.
No one will ever be good enough.
Will I?
Oh my gosh.
No matter how hard I try. No matter how hard any of us tries.
Yeah, there we go.
Luisa will never be strong enough. Isabella won't be perfect enough. Bruno left our family because you only saw the worst in him.
Bruno didn't care about this family.
He loves this family. I love this family. We all love this family. You're the one that doesn't care. You're the one breaking our home.
Don't you
The
ever...
miracle is dying because of
Everyone
you.
cares. It's just the fear that gets in the way.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just, the grandmother, oh my gosh. So, like, because of you, it's like, no, it's nothing. Mirabel, like, everything that's wrong with the family is not Mirabel. Like, she is doing her utmost to help the family. She is doing her utmost without the magical powers that everyone else has.
Just by listening to people, caring about their feelings, hanging out with them under beds.
Connecting with them, understanding what's going on for them, hearing about how they feel under pressure. But the grandmother's just piling on her.
Yeah, piling it. Yeah.
Wow! In front of everyone?
Yeah. Quite the shame experience.
Oh my gosh. But at the same time, Mirabelle is coming back at her grandmother that she doesn't care.
It's a flare-up moment, so there's heated argument on both sides.
Yeah, she also doesn't understand the trauma of her grandmother.
No, and she accuses her of not caring when she obviously does care a whole heap.
Yeah.
It's just going about it in an unhelpful way.
Yeah, and trauma is not an excuse to hurt other people. And when you find yourself doing that, you need to go get help. And I've been in a place where I've had PTSD, and there have been times when I have lashed out against Michael and others. It is a common side effect, and I worked through that because it's not okay to just hurt other people because you're hurting. You need to work through it. It helps to have understanding for people who have trauma in their lives, and sometimes your grandparents have been through some pretty horrible things, and that impacts how they interact with the rest of the family. And it's still not okay what she's doing. Like, really not okay.
I was given a miracle. A second chance.
That look. They're all trying to be good enough.
And I was so afraid to lose it
Oh my gosh.
that I lost sight.
Great insight.
of
So
who
afraid to
a
lose it.
miracle was for. And I am so sorry.
Great apology.
Never hurt our family, Mirabelle. We are broken. Because of me.
Oh my gosh. That is like ownership there. Awareness that the brokenness within the family has come from her. And I think it's easy in those situations to turn around to the person who says that and be like, no, it's not your fault. It's not, and it's like, well, yeah, it kind of is actually. and understandable.
And that them having that insight as well.
Understandable with the trauma, but important to acknowledge, because once there's that real acknowledgement, then there can be some moving forward.
Yeah. Whereas when she lacked insight and was hiding it, then it'd be very difficult for there to be some progress on that.
And the projection, man.
Yeah.
The projection. It was Bruno, and then it was Mirabelle. They're the problems. And once she was able to turn around and realize that. But just it was like she had blinkers on, and she couldn't see how her demeanor was impacting on her family. Like everyone trying their best to be enough for her, and not being able to.
No, not being able to measure up.
Oh my gosh. But I love, not often do you get from someone who's hurt you this badly, a real acknowledgement. This was not your fault. It wasn't you. It was my fault. And I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. Like, it's one thing to say sorry. It's another thing to have awareness of what it is that you've done, what hurt you've caused. It's not, I'm sorry that you were hurt by this, or I'm sorry that you got upset. It's like, I'm sorry because I did something that wasn't okay. And her insight and then her apology just makes it so powerful. Yeah. And healing, and I feel with that there's the possibility for this family to be able to use the miracle in a different way, rather than being perfect and having to be this sort of above everyone example of greatness and perfection. They can actually use their gifts to help people in a messy and human way, rather than necessarily having to be everything. Yeah.
And then the relational repair turns into an actual repair of the house and magic.
Yeah, and they stop being the we do everything for everyone else, and they actually let other people help them. And one interesting thing about help is that if you are not willing to accept help from other people, you're only willing to give it, then you're not giving it without judgment. And so when they drop that judgment, when the grandmother is dropping that judgment and allowing other people to now help them, then now the the generosity can be without sort of judging and looking down on people, and it's beautiful for the family to come together to rebuild the house, and then they get the magic back, and I think it's going to be a lot more healthy, the magic now.
Within the family, but also within the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So yay for a story of intergenerational healing is what I'm really seeing here, and that I think that has to happen for a family to heal. You can do your own work, but then actually sometimes that can put you outside the family if that toxic system is still going on. So very cool to see that happen. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is our reaction to Encanto, and if you like this, then please subscribe to the channel because we'll be doing way more of these, and like this video so that other people get to see it as well. And have a wonderful day, and hope that your family can see the sort of growth and healing that we've seen in an Encanto, because that's what we really want is in our families, is to have these recognitions and these opportunities for healing. Cool.
I don't have what it takes. No cracks, no breaks, no mistakes, no pressure.
And the donkey's like,
I think you're carrying way too much.
oh.
Maybe I overdo it.
Yep.